people, injured here, 3v3, Argus Desert Gates blue team. We've got DejaVu playing a Lord General fights range combat begins with his retinue of stormtroopers to help him out, very good defense and support. Alongside, enfury is a Chaos Sorcerer offensive and destructive commander, lots of great manipulation and control abilities, fights in melee combat to begin with. And rounding off the blue team is Lesten playing an Eldar Farseer support commander that fights in melee combat, lots of great buffs with some debuffs and control. Also, red team, FrozenVapor rocking an Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Alongside him, FunkyMonkey is a Techmarine, starts out range combat, puts up some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. And rounding off the teams is made in England as a Kommando Nog, infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up, Orky style, on this west side against that Lord General there. So mid we have Techmarine and Sorcerer, and east side Apothecary hanging back a lot there, and a Farseer. So Banshees on the field for Lesten, as we'd expect against the Apothecary. On that east side, we'll see if the Techmarine can help control them. Has a lot of tools to control melee in tier 1, can get bionics and the mastercrafted bolter. Lord General getting shot to bits by all this Ork backup. Twinning shooter of the Kommando does really good damage in big bursts. Sent double sentinels here, that's pretty annoying. So are we going to see looters from Made in England? Pretty good play from DejaVu, because if we do see looters, he can get spotters and really make it annoying for them. Banshees are forced off. Very often they are focused down in first engagement, and we see the same there. Farseer going after scouts, trying to get models off them. She might be able to get some off this squad. Yeah, eventually one goes down to a sync kill. 492, 464. Shotgun blasts going off. Tactical Marines playing it very close against that Sorcerer in close combat, but they don't lose a model and the Sorcerer is forced off. So a good first engagement looks like from the red team. Can be pretty difficult to get your Banshees into combat first engagement on the east side of Argus when there's two armies there to shoot at them and you don't have any support up to help them get into combat. Chaos Space Marines forcing melee on these Tactical Marines, trying to get a model. These guys losing a lot of health. They did take down one of the Tactical Marines, and these guys in retreat without losing a model. Can he get these guys out without losing a model? He might not be able to. Tactical Marines forcing melee combat on them as they retreat. Lots of shots going in, but looks like they are going to get away. That's pretty lucky for enfury, going for some havocs over there now. Massive push down this west side by DejaVu. Has a multi-laser turret up. Made in England does respond with looters. A setup team with a death gun. There's two, in fact, turrets up here. That's pretty spiteful. Commando Knob infiltrated, getting his stick bombs. Is that really going to help him out there against double sentinels? You can only throw it on the guardsman, I think. I'm not sure what kind of damage that will do to a turret, but there he gets spotted and shot to pieces and forced off. 483, 430, made in England. Struggling a bit over on that west side. He might get double looters. Lesten with a Guardian weapon team. Assault Marines now for FrozenVapor. So Banshees might want to hold back, waiting for those guys to jump. They do have the aspect of fleetness. Techmarine coming mid. Heretics with Havocs alongside. Some really good synergy between those two units because of the Tzeentch worship. You can infiltrate your Havocs and reveal them just at the right time to do devastating damage and suppression. Good play from FunkyMonkey, coming over to support his ally with Tactical Marines, getting them behind that heavy cover. They're going to get stomped though. Sentinels moving together here, need to be very careful. Looters setting up. They actually do a lot of damage from close range. Burners from the sluggers, unable to take down that turret. And there's no flamers up for these Tactical Marines either. We do have that mastercrafted bolter for the Techmarine. High powered shot is pretty awesome. Down goes that. In fact, both of the turrets are scuttled by DejaVu. That will return some of the resources to him. Double shooters forcing melee combat on the guardsmen, and they are wiped out. DejaVu just caught there on the flank. 434, 430, 2-1. Put a lot of pressure on, and he wiped that power, so he did quite well there. I think only lost the Guardsman squad, which is not a huge deal. He does have Catechins now as well. FunkyMonkey with those double tactical marines, as you saw. Enfury with double CSM into Havoc's a very strong build, and now aspiring champion Heretics also. Investments of the warp for the Sorcerer. Havoc suppressed by the high powered shot. A very nice grenade as well. Ouch, painful stuff.
Sir, power node is ready.
Double CSM need to be careful here. There's stick bombs in fact. Ouch, taking out 2 models. Thought that was going to be a stun bomb. What happened to the Havoc? So they're still here infiltrated. Painful engagement for Enfury. Lost a model off this squad, lost 2 off this squad, and lost a Havoc. Now he's tying up the Kommando knob. Catechins backing away from the Dakar of the shooters. Sluggers with their burners gives them those flamer weapons, a couple of power melee weapons, and increases their health by 50%, as you see there. Looters suppressing the Lord General. He has his Sergeant retinue member, also known as the Medic, because he gives out medical packs. There you see him at the front. 406, 418, 2-1 for the blue team. Got this east side locked down pretty well. We have a 1-1-1 build for Lesten, Howling Banshees, Garni Weapon team with a Shuriken Cannon and those Rangers, and they do have their Pathfinder gear. And there's a Weber Gate as well. Decap the wreck point even. Blue team pushing mid now. Look at this from DejaVu. His double Sentinels have done really well for him so far. Held up all of that Ork stuff. That was a reason those sluggers didn't want to push against them aggressively. Techmarine level 2 now. Lord General is forced off and in fact lost his entire retinue there, who would always die before him, so it's often quite difficult to kill a Lord General. Looters have pushed up, sluggers are taking the contested power, just edging forward here. Made in England doesn't want to overcommit and be forced off and lose all of the ground he just got back. Looter's going to suppress the Heretics. I like that he's being quite mobile with his Havocs here, Enfury, but that's what can happen when you are mobile with a setup team. You can get caught like that, and just as I applaud his mobile Havoc play, they are wiped out. Unfortunate for Enfury, was doing well with these Havocs there. Sluggers are going to get away, are they? I think so. There's nothing in retreat path to finish them off. A bunker here from DejaVu, and looks like it's a repair bunker to support those 2 Sentinels. Might be a stroke of genius to put that thing there. Apothecary has his purification rights. These things set to get a cost decrease in the next update. Looters pushed up by Made in England. He's got double looters now. That one disrupted by the Catechins, but DejaVu's going to need to be very careful here. Lots of shooty Orks moving in. Level 2 Kommando knob, and now we have those missile launchers from the Sentinels. Catechins need to be so careful here where they push. Are they going to go? Oh, they're trying to get inside the bunker, but they get absolutely thrashed. And a terrible engagement by DejaVu. A good dark flames from Enfury, but DejaVu lost a lot of stuff. Lost a Sentinel, lost his Catechins. That was painful. Recovers with a heavy turret put up, and here comes that Blood Crusher from Enfury. That was just ouch. The way those Catechins just got decimated by all that range fire. It was a massive risk to try and put them into the bunker. Why was he trying to do that? 406, 294. Red team pushing the east side as well. Massive turnaround at the start of tier 2. Lesten going for a Falcon. Enfury even lost one of his Chaos Space Marine squads. He now has Marco Zinch up on these guys. And that Blood Crusher pushing. He's going to double Blood Crusher here. Smacking on this power node. Blood Crusher is a demon with vehicle armor. Doesn't have a lot of hit points, but is quick and does a reasonable amount of damage to a single target. Almost 100 DPS heavy melee. So can be used to chase down light vehicles quite well. Lord General levels to 2, going for some stormtroopers. He might go multiple stormtroopers with sniper rifle fire on my target support here. Usually quite a good way to recover for a Lord General. Double looters setting up. Did not go for spotters in the end, did he? 384, 294 I should say, and he wiped out the power. Nicely done, using the crack missiles from the Sentinels. Meanwhile, east side is quiet. Rangers taking pot shots. Techmarine doesn't like that, backs away. And blue team pushing mid. Good play from enfury again. There's a melter bomb on his blood crusher. He's got his other blood crusher making its way up though. And double blood crushers can be a massive pain in the ass if you're not prepared for something like that. Space Marines can transition quite well into strong AV, so they're probably in a better place than most to deal with this kind of thing. Heretics forced off. Double missile, triple missile launch of tactical marines here. The blood crushers need to run away, I think. CSM need to run away. enfury, he's losing control of his stuff. Lost his CSM, and what started off as a good aggressive push turned into a bad engagement. He should have backed off much sooner there. Did not recognize the threat quickly enough. 377266. Beamy death gun for the looters. The Sentinels still around, almost level 3. His stormtroopers have their assault kit, increases their range and gives them a fragmentation grenade. And reload time I think is increased, is it? Yes. Oh sorry, reduced I should say. Fire rate is increased. There's that Falcon, support vehicle for Eldar, allows you to transport and reinforce infantry, giving you that field presence. And blue team are really powering through on this east side. Blue team seem to be better at pushing areas quickly and a lot harder than red team are at the moment. Red team seem to be doing quite well in the engagements, but then blue team will push in a certain area and destroy a load of stuff, take a bunch of the map, and red team are constantly reactionary here. Almost level 2 these tactical marines. More stormtroopers for DejaVu. We have the anointed power axe on the Apothecary, and he's going for the army of purity. That's a bit of an odd build there from FrozenVapor, not something you see very often. Tank busters up from Made in England. Why is he getting so much AV up against DejaVu here? Maybe he wants to take it to the east side and destroy these blood crushers and this Falcon. Tier 3 for Lesten. Look how much resources FunkyMonkey's floating. Over 800 rec. Lesten with over 1,000 requisition. No generators to rebuild. Can't node any of the contested because they're not capped. Double blood crushers coming east side. Double heretics following along. And the sorcerers there. More CSM from enfury. There's a merciless strike. Ouch, painful, painful stuff. Banshees are there though, with their washouts. With full hit points. Farseer has her Doombringer also. Banshees eventually forced to retreat, and so does the Farseer. She should have stayed in play there, because here comes Blood Crushers. And the Sorcerer in retreat path. He has his Rod of Warp Fire. Warp Fire is pretty damn awesome, I think. Tactical Marines getting owned by Blood Crushers, but they did get a heal there. Plasma Cannon shot, ouch. A Heretic's worst nightmare. Maybe he should get some shrines up over here. Falcon lives. There's that Warp Fire, disruption and damage instantly any way you want it, but that's what makes it so good. 377174. Double Stormtroopers with the sniper rifle support, if the Lord General is on the field, that is. But he's still doing well here, DejaVu. He's held his own despite all those losses at the start of Tier 2. Shuriken suppressing a bunch of stuff. What was that Falcon trying to do? Here come Howling Banshees out of the infiltration field. That is scary. And it was really blobbed up there. And they're going to go after this plasma cannon as well. Going to get at least one moddy, you would think. Boom. They might wipe. They're going to wipe the squad. That is Howling Banshees for you. You need to react so quickly to them. Level 2 Banshees with 5 models, including their Exarch. You see her at the front there with those twin power swords from Aspect of Fleetness. Good play from Lesten, coming out of nowhere and wiping a squad. That is what Banshees do. Bloodletters on the field for enfury. Replaced his Kill Space Marines as well, and has fully upgraded them immediately to have Marco Zinch Aspiring Champion and Eternal War without a drop of XP. All of a sudden fully upgraded. Good choice, I think, because we still have a bunch of heavy armor on red team, and those Inferno bolts really do tear through them. Blue team with a 2-to-1 cap, 377-129. Blue team have lost a lot, but they've held and recovered every time. Enfury losing Havocs and double CSM, responding with double Blood Crushers and some more infantry doing well here. One of the Blood Crushers has gone down. What's going on mid? It's a bunch of Orks. Can't do a lot with their shooters against that Blood Crusher. Piercing damage doesn't do anything really against vehicle armor. Sentinel almost level 4. Look at those missiles go. Double Stormtroopers moving up. And there's that refractor field going up thanks to the Commissar retinue member. And he also buffs the damage of the other retinue members, I believe. Some of the retinue have those passive benefits. We have double beamy death gun looters. Must be expecting a lot of vehicles made in England. I don't agree with that at all. 377-96. We do have a Lehman Russ. So if you can deal with this quickly, it might be good. There's the triple missile launchers going in. Does it get away? I think it is. They've spotted this web brigade, have they? There's that infiltration on the Banshees. They need to run away. There we go. Level 2 Banshees. They will take down the web brigade now and maybe even bash this power. But blue team have pushed mid. Again, every time red team push an area with 2 armies, one of the blue team players pushes somewhere else, and they're doing quite a good job here. Now they have a double cap. Enfury needs to phase out these guys. There we go. He has double heretics for worship support. Lord General level 4 getting shot to pieces, but has locked down his power again. And he has double grenades here that he can chuck on those shooters, but looks like he's just going to back away, infiltrate, and back away. That's really annoying. Looted tank on the way from in England. This is just what he needs. Unless the Lehman Russ has gone for Executioner and the elite tank crew is up. 377-59. There's some Zeech worship. Boom! Plasma cannon to your face though. Blood Crusher can go straight after it, I think. Uh-oh, that's a bad rocks for Enfury. That could be really, really bad. He seemed to spot it very, very late and lost a bunch of stuff. Good grief. Bloodletters need to phase out and move away. Blood Crusher did not last long. There's marked target on those Bloodletters, which is going to be bad once they come back into real space. Looks like he is going to get them away though. 358-59, a really good nuke from Made in England. Perhaps should have been spotted earlier by Enfury, but sometimes your attention is just elsewhere, just the way it is. Assault Marines level 2. FunkyMonkey losing one of his tactical marine squads along the way, floating tons of requisition steel. And here comes a Predator tank and Fire Prism for Lesten. 355-59. DejaVu's Lehman Russ goes down. We have a rocket launcher up for the Kommando knob, so he might want to stick to Kashyyykin and stuff, especially with double. Oh, one of the looters has gone down as well. The looted tank didn't last long though, did it? How did he deal with that so quickly?
Go ahead.
No idea. Was it the Sentinel? Did the Sentinel go toe to toe with the tank and win? No way. It was the Lehman Russ, I suppose. Alongside that Sentinel, even with Executioner did well. Lehman Russ is such a strong tank, has that passive damage resistance for some reason. I'm not sure why Relic decided to represent Lehman Russ's superiority in such a cryptic way. Could have just given it more hit points or something. Commando knob level 3 has that sneaky infiltration kit and those stick bombs still, which I haven't seen a whole lot from. Special attack from the Sorcerer. There's that warp fire level 4, and he's going to go down, I think. Apothecary and Assault Marines in retreat path. Down he goes. Some Zeech worship and Chaos Space Marines taking blue team's natural. 286-59. The comeback is on for red. Stick bombs thrown in. He couldn't see the other stuff, so throws them at the heretics and kills 3 of them at least. Bloodlet is phased out, going after the scouts. There's a grenade. Nicely hit on those Kashrkin. Ouch. Great unclean one on the way though for enfury. 270, 59. Assault Marine is now level 3, bossing things around here, jumping on these stormtroopers now. Can they get a model? They do get a model. Painful, painful stuff. Kommando backing away. Good pressure from red team. Have bided their time now, and they are well ahead, I think. Knobs on the way for Made in England. Can Lesten take back this east side with that fire prism? Predator tank does not have the las cannon yet. I'm not sure if he knows the fire prism's there. Usually las cannon Predator is a really good way to deal with the fire prism. Be aggressive, you can chase it down quite well. Red team have taken blue team's natural for a triple cap. Blue team still have their power over there. Blue team have just lost too much stuff. Bloodlet is passively teleporting into the Assault Marines. There's a creeping barrage from the Lord General. That's one of his global abilities. Assault Marines getting a heal, but they don't want to fight Bloodletters. Really don't want to fight them. Demons with power melee weapons. They tear through a lot of stuff. And they're jumping on the plasma cannon now. Are they going to turn to try and finish off those Assault Marines? Nope. Bloodletters doing a superb job up to level 2. 162, 59. Triple cap for red team still. Sluggers, or I should say shooters, sorry, healed as they retreat there from the Apothecary of FrozenVapor. That's good thinking for him, because those Bloodletters could have turned around and finished that shooter off. Here come a Knob squad. That's bad news for blue team. These guys with heavy melee weapons, very, very tough and difficult to deal with unless you can disrupt them. And here comes a great unclean one for enfury. He does still have heretics to support that guy with worship. Rangers trying to cap. Ouch, D-cannon getting shots in. Rangers decap under infiltration, but they will be revealed once they start capping and might eat a plasma cannon shot here, which would finish them off, and he does back them away, which is smart. Blue team now pushing back through the mid. Ouch! Huge amounts of damage to this Knob squad. Marco Zinch, CSM do a lot of damage to Knobs, but here is an orbital. It's really hard to predict where it's going to be. So he catches a couple of things in it, but otherwise a pretty wasted nuke. Down goes the Sentinel. That thing was awesome. Brilliant. Climax pushing forward. This guy passively damages nearby enemies. Has a bunch of really bad abilities. There's his puke, which just outright wipes out that plasma cannon. That was crazy. Assault Marines jumping in, trying to be aggressive, but here are some Chaos Terminators. Are they going to fight these guys in melee combat? They are. These guys have power fists, and these guys are low on hit points, so they don't really want to fight them. 120, 59. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for FrozenVapor. Maybe you should get some Vanguard veterans, because those guys absolutely own Chaos Terminators without their claws. I know that firsthand. 120, 59. Heavy turret is up on the east side, dropped by DejaVu. Is that got the range to shoot the Predator tank? Yes, it does. Wow, down it goes. Combined it with time field. Really good play from blue team there. Well, here comes a Venerable Dreadnought, dropped by FunkyMonkey. This is a unique walker to the Techmarine. Awesome thing it is as well. But I'm not sure what he's trying to do, dropping it here. It's now too close to the turret to be shot at, but the fire prism can still shoot at it, and so can that D-cannon. D-cannon's doing a lot of damage to everything. Though the turret's taken down at least. Can this guy get away? 120, 59. Yes, it can. Now being repaired. Just about gets away. Down to 28 hit points there, I think. Brilliant Clean continues to push mid, but here comes a Knob squad. There's that foul snare, finishes off that Shooter Boy squad, and we have an auto cannon up on the Terminators. I kind of assumed he'd get lightning claws to battle that Knob squad. Knob squad forced off there. Need some more support for those guys. 120, 59. Can blue team decap this VP and get a triple here? There's another orbital. Venerable Dreadnought is pushing forward for some reason, needs to back the hell away, doesn't want to be taken out by... oh, I guess taken out. Was that its own orbital that did that, or was that a fire prism shot? I'm not sure. But that's his stoicism now. Gives it 10 seconds of increased damage, constant inspiration, but down it goes. 120, 56. Assaultman's jumping in to a world of hurt. There's Banshees there just waiting to mop them up, and are they going to get away from this? Did she put Doom on them? I don't think she did. Doesn't have the energy to do so, I don't think, the Farseer. 120, 47. Howling Banshees now going to finish off this Techmarine, are they? One more hit from the Exarch, down he goes. Banshees kicking some serious ass. That's good usage from Lesten. And red team in disarray. FunkyMonkey has barely anything. Made in England down to 3 squads, but they do include knobs, and we do have a land raider to support that knob squad as well. There's that multi-motor firing. That's a frag assault. And there's the cloud of flies on the knob squad. Great Unclean One taking shots at them with that huge plague sword he has. 120, 35. Great Unclean One in trouble here. There's his puke, but he gets a melter bomb on his face, does he? Yes. And the Great Unclean One's going to go down. They dealt with him. Knob squad. He will explode on death, healing allies and heavily damaging enemies. Although Tactical Marine is going to get caught. Very nearly did. Knob squad coming back into explosion range. Massive mistake. Look at that. Almost whacked out by the explosion. 120, 23. Trying to get back to the Land Raider, obviously, which is wiped out by an Eldritch Storm, and down goes the Predator as well. Good grief. 120, 16. A fantastic nuke from Lesten at the end of the game to win it. That was an awesome passage of play. Great Unclean One goes down. Almost wipes out the knobs with the explosion, and then an Eldritch, and here because of rocks and an orbital. Terminators are caught in an orbital that might wipe them out. I think it did. Looted tank pushing forward. Absolute bedlam at the end of the game. 122, but there's the 2-1 for blue team, and nobody has anything left at the end apart from Lesten, who did a really good job preserving his stuff. I don't think he lost a single unit, did he? He still has his 111 build, has Dark Creepers, which got to level 3, and a Fire Prism. Really awesome nuke at the end. Used his Banshees very well also. Enfury with some good plays, but he just got caught 2 or 3 times in bad engagements and didn't move away or retreat quickly enough. DejaVu started incredibly strong on the west side with his double sentinels. Had that one really bad engagement at the start of tier 2. But recovered reasonably well. Made in England good back and forth over there. The Space Marine players, I think, were just really badly outmaneuvered in this game. They were strong when they were together, but whenever they were together, Enfury would push mid and really throw them off. They still got the commanders quickly. Level 6 Lord General. We have a level 4 Sorcerer with that Rod of Warp Fire. The Farseer got to level 9. Had Runes of Reaping at the end. Apothecary level, almost level 8. Techmarine level 6, had the Signum armor you saw mark target a few times, and the Commander Knob level 5 trying to decap, got taken down at the end. Thanks for watching, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.